to open up your heart? Well, I'm here to tell you, there's parts of me that go, I don't think so, man. That shit is dangerous. I've done that before. It's fucking a terrible idea. It's stupid. I'm just going to stay like this and protect myself because last time, once upon a time, whatever it was, somebody touched my heart and it got hurt. So I'm just going to do this. Now, when we do this, it's not bad or good or right or wrong. It's just something to notice and observe. You and your positioning of closing off. There's 10 million reasons why you might be doing this. It's cold. It's a habit. It's comfortable. It's familiar. Who's choosing this? When you do this, who's choosing? You or your beast? Is your beast potentially closing you off to protect you, maybe more than you need to? And maybe it's possible that this habit of protection is actually locking you up in a prison cell. Well, the first thing to do is just notice, and that's your invitation today. How often do you cross your arms? And what happens if you uncross them? Oh boy, that feels vulnerable. That's okay. Go back to crossing, go back to feeling safe, okay? And then when you're done with that, maybe open them up again and see what it feels like to uncross your arms. Oh, it's still a little scary. I'm gonna come on back. And that's the rhythm of invitation for you today. Notice how often do you cross your arms? Become aware. And then develop through some alchemy. How do I make this dim become a sim? Well, if you're used to here's a sim and here feels like a dim, don't do that. Graded exposure. How do I slowly, rhythmically consider expanding my arms a little bit at a time? So I'm stretching the window of tolerance to open up my heart again. This is metaphorically speaking, right? There's also physical levels. There's tissues that need to stretch, right? Because they've been shortened, adaptive shortening. It's a real thing, right? So you want to practice opening and closing to let your physical structures get used to opening again, right? Like your nerves aren't necessarily used to stretching back, and that's going to feel like a dim. So you're just going to contract right back. This is a slow, elastic, repetitive stretch. And I'm just inviting you to join me on your own rhythm or with me and just notice your own nervous system. Notice your own body as you open and close rhythmically. Now, my heart's open and it feels safer to be here than it did before. 2-part practice today. Become aware and notice when do you cross your arms. And then second, practice a gentle unhinging and opening of the door to your heart through your arms. You can extend out your rib cage like this. You can do some thoracic extensions, right? Because if we don't open up our heart again, I guarantee you, it creates shoulder impingement problems. It creates neck pain because we're like this, right? It creates scapular problems and thoracic problems because the system gets weak in its ability to hold the scapula where it needs to, which is what lets you use your arm in the world. If you're like this all the time, you get ischemic. You don't get good blood flow. You create a compression and an impingement and entrapment problem on your spinal cord, friends. This shit matters to your physical health, which drives your mental health, which drives your spiritual health. I'm sending you love and vibes to be able to open and close in rhythmical fashions and practice and play throughout the day. Oh, it's so fun sometimes to be alive. Way to go, ninjas. Honoring you.